Good morning, students. So here today we study the remaining point from the chapter number 13, that is the 13.5 population interaction. So here in the introductory part of the population interaction, population we know that is the here individuals of the different species live in a same geographical area. It is called as the population. So here in that population the plants, animals, microbes which are present, and these are, that is the such a plants, animals which are not live in isolation. They communicate with each other, they interact with each other. It is called as interaction. Interaction म्हणजे आंतरक्रिया. And these interactions are of two types. First one, that is the intraspecific interaction. Intraspecific means the interaction is between the members of same species. म्हणजे एकाच जातीच्या इंडिव्हिज्युअल मध्ये जी काही आंतरक्रिया घडून येते, इट इज कॉल्ड एज इंट्रास्पेसिफिक इंटरॅक्शन. अँड इंटरस्पेसिफिक इंटरॅक्शन मीन्स इट इज द इंटरॅक्शन बिटवीन द ऑर्गॅनिझम्स ऑफ द डिफरंट स्पेसीज. वेगवेगळ्या जातीच्या इंडिव्हिज्युअलमध्ये जी आंतरक्रिया घडते, इट इज द इंटरस्पेसिफिक इंटरॅक्शन. This interaction takes place in between only the two plants, two animals. Okay. Next one, that is the means in the two organisms. So here interaction takes place. This interaction is of four types. First one, neutralism. Neutralism means neutral interaction is there. There is no benefit, no harm. Next one, positive interaction, that is beneficial interaction. Negative interaction means harmful interaction. And positive negative interactions. These are the four types of interaction of interspecific interaction. After that, on the basis of nature of interaction, एखाद्या आंतरक्रियेचं स्वरूप कसं आहे, it is harmful, it is benefited. So on the basis of the nature, these interactions are classified into the different types. First one, mutualism. So mutualism, this interaction is obligatory and interdependent. Here both the species are benefited there. Okay, there is no harm to any one of the species, both the species get benefit. It is called as mutualism. That is the mutual relationship, understanding takes place in between the two species. For example, lichen, you know that lichen means when algae and fungi which can be grow on in same area, the very close contact with each other, it is called as the lichen. So here that is the such a lichen show the relationship between algae and fungi. So both the organism live in contact with each other. They do not get harm but they get benefit. So it is called as the mutual relationship. Next one, animal plant relationship. So here the plants which can be need the animals for the pollination. Pollination means transfer of pollen grain from the male flower to the stigma of the female flower. And also dispersal of the seed, the plant needs the animals are there. Second one, competition. So competition म्हणजे स्पर्धा. In that is the it is the interaction in which both the species are at loss. They compete with each other for the same resource. Means the organism individuals of the species which can be compete for the same resource of the food. It is called as competition. Okay. So in that competition, that is the one species overpower the other, and another species which can be eliminated. Okay. So here for example, Gauss's competitive exclusion principle is there. Gauss's competitive exclusion principle means when the two species compete for the same resource of the food, so one of the species which can be completely or eventually eliminated, it is called as Gauss's principle is there. After that, resource partitioning. Resource partitioning means, for example, that is here in this case, organism compete with each other for the same resource of the food, but they avoid this competition by choosing the different time for the feeding. For example, leopard which can be choosing the different time for the feeding in case of the lion pride. म्हणजे एखाद्या जंगलामध्ये जर सिंह असेल तर तिथे चित्ता जाणार नाही, तो सिंहालाच तिथे राहायला देणार, आणि ज्यावेळी सिंहाचं फीडिंग त्या एरियामधून संपेल त्यावेळी तो तिथे प्रवेश करेल अँड देन स्टार्ट देअर फीडिंग. ओके, इट इज कॉल्ड एज द चूजिंग their feeding habitat or the feeding time after the another one. Next one. So here third interaction, it is called as parasitism. Parasites. So parasite, these are the organism which can be live on the or maybe inside the body of the host. Suppose these organism which can be live on the surface of the body of the host, they are called as ectoparasite. Ecto means outside on the body of the host, and endoparasite, endo means inside. Suppose this parasite which can be live inside the host body, it is called as endoparasite. Ectoparasite like for example lice on the human being, म्हणजे गोचूड किंवा जळू आपल्या अंगावर असते, टिक्स ऑन द डॉग बॉडी सरफेस. Whereas endoparasite means roundworm which can be live in the intestine of the human being. Brood parasitism. So brood parasitism means here the parasite bird which can be, that is the lays the eggs sorry, the parasite bird which can be lays the eggs in the nest of the host bird, and the parasitic bird eggs as well as host bird eggs which are equal in size, shape, color. There is no difference. That why host which can't differentiate own egg and parasite's egg, so that the host which can be hatches the egg of the parasite before own egg. For example, that is the Indian quail, that is the parasitic bird which can be lays the egg into the host bird like Indian crow. Next one, predation. So here in this case predator and prey relationship, we know that predator म्हणजे भक्षक आणि prey म्हणजे भक्ष्य. भक्षक भक्षाला खातो. So predator prey relationship. So in that is the, suppose the number of the predator which can be control the number of the prey, and suppose the predator which can be lowers down, the prey number of the prey increases, and it can be causing, that is the imbalance in the community or in the environment. So predator as well as prey, these are very important, both of them. For example, suppose in case of the frog, that is the these frogs which are the predator, and locust म्हणजे ते टोळस येतात कीटक, these are the prey, त्यांचं भक्षक आहे. The number of the frog decreases, predator decreases, it can causing number of the prey increases, and they affect on our agricultural land. Okay, so that is the that is the destruction takes place of the agricultural land. So that number of the frogs which are very important as compared to that of the locust. For example, zebra mussels. For example, sometimes that is the foreign predator which can be enter into the natural geographical land, and it is the foreign, that's why that is natural prey. So here in this case foreign zebra mussels which can be enter, and there is no any natural predator available in our geographical land to eat the such a zebra mussels, and this zebra mussel increases in the north region of the America. Predator are prudent. Prudent म्हणजे विवेकी. So predator over exploitation of the predator takes place. Suppose predator over exploit the prey, it can causing extinction of the prey. म्हणजे भक्षकांनी भक्षांना भरपूर खायला सुरुवात केली तर भक्ष संपून जातील, and it can causing adverse effect on the predator also because of lack of the food of the material. So predator also going to lack. अन्न मिळालं नाही, भक्ष मिळालं नाही, भक्षक पण काय होतील, लॉस होतील. So that predator which are prudent, they eat the, that is the optimum number of the preys are there. Then prey sometimes show the defense mechanisms are there, various defenses, and it is called as evolutionary arm race. उत्क्रांतीवादासाठी त्यांच्यामध्ये एक प्रकारची शर्यत लागली. they develop the evolutionary defenses, म्हणजे संरक्षणाचे काहीतरी पर्याय त्यांच्यामध्ये निर्माण होतात in the prey. For example, monarch butterfly which can be camouflage with the, that is the predatory bird. त्यांचा जो भक्षक येतो त्याच्यासारखाच तो monarch butterfly दिसतो, and which can be protect their body from the predators are there. After that, calotropis, that is the procera, रुईचं झाड which can be grow in the abundant area where the water is lower, जिथे पाण्याचं दुर्भिक्ष असतं. Such a calotropis which can be produces the poisonous substance which is called as glycosides. so that grazing animals which are not eat the calotropis. तुम्ही बघता की रुईचं झाड गुरं खात नाही कारण त्याच्या पानांमध्ये एक पॉइझनस सबस्टन्स तयार होतो, त्याला म्हणतात ग्लायकोसाइड्स. Okay, next one, commensalism. It is the fifth interaction. Commensalism means it is the interaction in which, so here both the species which are here, that is the one of the species, म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये जर आपण बघितलं, one of the species get benefited and other species do not get benefited and never harm. एका जातीला खूप फायदा होतो पण दुसऱ्या जातीला फायदाही होत नाही आणि नुकसानही होत नाही. It is called as the commensalism. For example, orchid. Orchid नावाची वनस्पती grow on the mango trees. So orchid get benefited. Orchid gets shelter on the mango tree. But mango do not get any benefit from the orchid or do not get harm from the orchid. Next one, that is the cow egret, म्हणजे गाय बगळा. म्हणजे तुम्हाला माहिती आहे बगळा, काही बगळे जे असतात ते गाई गुरांच्या पाठीवर गोचडी वगैरे खाण्यासाठी तिथे असतात. They do not harm to that of the such a cow. Okay, but such a, that is the cow egret get benefited. They get the food material. After that, sea anemone and clone fishes. Sea anemone, they having the tentacles are there, and in between the tentacles the clone fishes which are live, they eat the food material. So sea anemone do not get any benefit is there, but the clone fishes get the food material, they get benefit. So it is called as the commensalism. And another short term, it is the amensalism, means it is the interaction in which one of the species get benefit and other species not affected, unaffected, तिच्यावर कोणताच परिणाम होत नाही. So here the 5 interactions which are completed here. Okay.